It's week number 5 of Dana White's Contender series. And folks, if you've watched some of the other videos, I alluded to some fights that just don't have much information. And this is one of them, right? We got one side of the matchup we've got a lot of information on. One side of the matchup that you just kind of don't. And I'll go into that a little bit more. I'll explain some stuff, and I'll kind of give you some reasons as to why, things like that. But we're going to do our best. We're going to do our darndest to make a prediction on this based off the information that we have. So we'll get into it. We got Chasen Blair, who you may be familiar with. He fought on the Contender Series last year. He's 4-1 in his last 5 fights. He lost on the Contender Series. But, you know, he made a decent account of himself, enough to be brought back this season. He's fighting Sanches, who is a 10-1 fighter, 5-0 in his last 5 fights. Yeah, Sanches is one of those guys that he comes from that Rafael Sequeira gym where they just don't have fights on the internet because they take them all down, so you can't see them. There are a couple. You can see a couple of fights. Actually, I think I only saw one. Oh, no, 2. I saw 2 for Sanches. 2. 3 if you count one that lasted only a couple seconds. But there's not much information. But the one you can get the most info out of, it's about a year ago, is he's fighting this guy that's like, he's got a losing record, like 7-11 or something like that. Not very good, whatever. But that's the one. He goes to unanimous decision. And it's a very underwhelming performance. And from that one, you can extrapolate a little bit of information. You can get that he will fight out either stance and he has a long jab. And then he doesn't really do a whole lot. But a lot of the guys he's beating are absolutely not fighters. Call them what you will. They don't look like fighters to me from what I can tell based on A, records, and B, the few images that we've seen and what have you. So Sanches is a guy who is 10-1. But what does that really mean? When we look at Chasen Blair, sure, 7-3. You're like, you know, it's not like, I mean, 10-1 looks a lot better than 7-3. Yeah, I get it. But for Chasen Blair, at least you can watch his fights. He's fighting people that are fighters. And that's a good sign. So for Chasen Blair, he's a good striker, I would say. He's got a decent amount of power, a heavy 1-2. He counter strikes really well. However, with his heavy 1-2, he'll overextend a lot of the times, and he can be open to the counters there as well. So, you know, but I don't think he's got much coming back his way from Sanches if he fights anything like he did in that fight about a year ago, where he just didn't do much. Blair's a good grappler as well. He's got good takedowns, top pressure, good transitions. Takedown defense is there as well, and he will attack submissions. Honestly, we don't have enough information to really feel confident in it, but I feel about as confident as you can based on what we know that Chasen Blair should get this done, because I don't really think Sanches is all that good based on what I've seen. But then again, like I said, most of his fights are scrubbed from the internet because he comes out of that camp like Sequeira does, and well, there you go. But let me know what you guys think. Maybe you know more than I do. Maybe you've seen more fights of Sanches. Heck, maybe he's your buddy and you know a little bit more. You can let me know in the comments below. Like this video on your way out. And if you haven't already, check out the rest of the videos for the week number 5 Dana White's Contender Series playlist. They all have the orange background on them there. So check those out, and I will see you in one of those.